Hello, everyone. This is Billie Topa Tate. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you. Thank you very much for all the wonderful birthday cards and the donations on behalf of my birthday. Thank you very, very much. I am very honored to know you. It's a pleasure and an honor to spend this time with you and also to share some wonderful information about prosperity and the path of prosperity. And I've got some wonderful information for you. I'm going to take a little quick sip. So, let's start with a short Native American invocation. Join me, please. We're going to put our hands in Namaste, lining up with our higher self. Oh, wonderful Creator, thank you so very much for this beautiful day. And thank you for this sacred way of praying. And thank you for this wonderful journey we call life. We invoke for our higher self, our wisdom self, and also the wonderful energies that help us in the universe to evolve and to grow and to really become enlightened and to share light with the world and also with ourselves. We ask for everything to be covered in a timely way, and also that the wisdom helps everyone to know that good people with more money do more good things. In full faith, with great love and respect, so be it now. So let's start with a core understanding. So the core in understanding is financial prosperity is rarely blocked by just one thing. It's often a combination of inherent beliefs about money, fear of success or fear of loss, also fear of feeling undeserving of prosperity or goodness, negative emotions from past mistakes, disorganization and avoidance, lack of skill or planning, receiving energy and being close to receiving energy, sometimes even energetic curses from many lifetimes ago, no clear value exchange in the world, a deep understanding of that, staying in survival mode too long, and not taking consistent actions. Prosperity tends to respond to self-worth, clarity, discipline, courage, gratitude, receiving capacities, skill development, service to others, strategic actions, and consistency. Money is not only currency, it's also a reflection of relationships, a relationship that we might have of our self-worth, but everything is about relationships, the relationship we have with food, the relationship we have with, time, the relationship we have with people, the relationship we have with money, and also the relationship we have with receiving, relationship we have with value, relationship we have with trust, and also the relationship we have with action. When the inner field is burdened with fear or negative emotions, resentment, confusion, or inherited scarcity beliefs, prosperity struggles to land and stay. Today, we clear old agreements, strengthen the aura of deservingness, and build practical pathways for money to flow with integrity. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to identify the blocks. I call it the money story inventory. So I'd like you to kind of sit down with a piece of paper, and I'd like you to think about, what did I hear about money growing up? Who struggled financially in our family? Was wealth criticized or feared or admired? Do we secretly believe we must suffer to be spiritual or good, which is sometimes imprinted from another lifetime? Um, and think about it, lots of the different kinds of religions would say if you want to be spiritual, you can't have money, etc. But as you can see, all of the religions have a lot of money, usually not theirs. So, um, do I feel guilty receiving money, or uncomfortable receiving money? Number 6 is, am I afraid success will create jealousy or rejection. Number 7 is, do I overspend, avoid, procrastinate, or sabotage? What level of income feels too much for me? Those are all questions I would like you to take time to answer because they will really help you to identify blocks and obstacles and put them in your karma invocation. Because that's where, and in my book, the karma invocation is in here, but many of you have received the karma invocation from me personally as well. And then we're going to do what's called clearing the energy field. So this is where I'm going to have you take some deep breaths and close your eyes, and you're going to repeat out loud to infuse the aura with a different concept, a different idea. Which, by the way, I just want you to know that I created a prosperity workbook that you can purchase from us. It's $25 to enhance the training that you're getting for this class. This class is a free class that I'm giving on behalf of my birthday, but the workbook is a advanced form of what I'm going to be teaching you. And it's $25. You can purchase it from us if you like. And it's called a prosperity workbook. But let's get back to clearing the energy field. So I'd like you to close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in, exhale through your mouth, and 3 more times, breathing in and exhale. And again, breathing in and exhale. And one last time, breathing in and exhale. So with your eyes closed, I'd like you to repeat, I release beliefs that poverty equals virtue. The next one is, I release fear of having more prosperity. The next one is, I release guilt about receiving. The next one is, I release family patterns of struggle that are not mine to carry. The last one is, I choose financial prosperity with integrity. And with your eyes closed, I'd like you to visualize, have an image in your mind. Imagine old cords of heaviness, gray areas, cords of fear or shame or lack, and see them leaving the body, just being lifted off of the body into the sky, into the universe, just evaporating. And then with your eyes closed, I'd like you to see golden light entering the solar plexus, the heart, the hands, and the feet. See this golden light becoming brighter and brighter and brighter. And just with your eyes closed, having a knowing that the aura often strengthens when negative emotions decrease and self-trust increases. And you can open your eyes. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to do something. We're going to feed the aura nutrients. So what needs to be in the aura for prosperity? So prosperity energy often carries these qualities. Worthiness. So you want to use the statement, and you can repeat it with me. I deserve stable support. Number 2 is receptivity, saying the ability to receive compliments, helps, opportunities, and money. And so I am receptive. Number 3, you want to say confidence, belief that my skills have great value. Number 4, gratitude, saying these words: appreciation stabilizes abundance and abundant thinking. Number 5, movement. Money likes circulation, not stagnation. Number 6, boundaries. Leaks often occur when overgiving, rescuing, or undercharging. We know that our value is important and people want to give us, compensation for what we have to offer. Number 7, integrity. Right relations with promises, debt, work, and also ethics. So it's important to have right relations with promises, with debt, with work, and with ethics. And now we're going to talk about mindset shifts that create prosperity. And you're going to work with replacing old thought with a new thought. And the old thought is, there's never enough. Replace it with, opportunities can be created. Old thought is, I'm too late. New thought is, I can begin now. The old thought is, rich people are greedy. The new thought is, wealth reflects character choices. And ours are good choices. Old thought is, I'm not qualified. The new thought is, I can learn and grow. The old thought is, I always struggle. The new thought is, I am building stability now. The new thought is, the old thought is, no one will pay me. The new thought is, the right people pay for value. And so we're going to go to the next section. And the next section is action-oriented prosperity steps. So creating money momentum systems every day. This is where results happens. So number 1, what you want to do is you want to review your bank balance calmly on a daily basis. I do. Number 2, track your spending. Because when we see a pattern, we can change it. You cannot change what you cannot see. So number 2 is to track your spending. I always do a nice invocation that I save wisely and joyfully, but I spend wisely and joyfully. So I do those 2 things. So my aura is being built with this concept. Number 3 is save something even if it's small. And it's okay, even, as a matter of fact, it's okay, it's small is good. Number 4 is to reach out to one opportunity a week. I like to do one opportunity a day, but I've been doing this for a while. So reach out to one opportunity a week and invoke to become aware when you see an opportunity, a productive opportunity. Number 5 is improve one skill tied to income. Maybe creating something, maybe making something that you really love, maybe selling a recipe. You never know until you start thinking about it, to improve one skill tied to income. Number 6 is declutter one stagnant area in your office or your home. That's going to free up a lot of good energy. Number 7 is to express gratitude for existing resources. Just keep expressing gratitude for the resources you have and the things that are working. So that's going to be very important. And on a weekly basis, pay bills consistently. I like to put it in my phone as a reminder, and I listen to those reminders and I do those reminders. And then number 2 is update your resume or business offers on a weekly basis, even if it's just to review them and spin them in such a way that they're, useful and helpful. Number 3 is network with 3 people that are productive. Before you do that, you want to invoke that you meet 3 people that are very productive and very constructive and positive and can bring out the best in you in the most wonderful ways, and that you can bring out the best in them, and then network with them. Number 4, sell unused items, on auctions or, letitgo.com. It's important. And number 5, apply for opportunities. I always invoke that my aura be filled with the idea that there are opportunities that I can see very clearly and that I approach them with courage and wisdom. Number 6 is learn one money skill a week. And you can go to your online banking system, and there are money skills that they have in their emails and their pull down menus. Just kind of learn them a little bit. You don't have to take them on, but learning about them is important. And then number 7 is to review your progress on a weekly basis. And again, I put that in my phone and I call it a takeaway for Friday. So on Friday, I listen to it and I go, oh, okay, so I reviewed this. And so that's how you see improvement. And then we're going to talk about stopping energy leaks, because that's important to identify leaks. And, that's how we know that they are depleting. And people often ask me, what is a leak? Well, an energy leak is something that maybe a proclivity or a tendency we have that leaks energy. And we can identify it by looking at some of the things that I've listed out here. So one aspect of a energy leak is saying yes when you really mean no. Or at least let me think about it. The second one is lending what they cannot afford. In other words, if you lend money and you know that they can't give it back to you, that's an energy leak. And then lending money that you just don't have is another energy leak, and that has to stop. You can always send, people to wisdom school to help them to evolve so that they can become prosperous and get the help they need. And then undervaluing your services. Undervaluing your services is another energy leak. Or just giving away things, services that you because you feel that they're not of value. That's an energy leak. And then there's chaos and unpaid bills ignored. So chaos is because possibly we have learned that from someone we've been around when we were growing up, or things happen, but we have to sit in meditation to come back into that sacred balance. The busier you become, the more important it is to do meditation in the morning. Doesn't have to be every morning, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, is important. and that will really help you to dispel and dismantle the chaos. Hoarding clutter is an energy drain. So you want to put those, sell them on, Facebook Market or letitgo.com or, auctions or whatever. But clutter is a energy drain. Constant complaining is an energy drain. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we're not using complaining as a automatic conversation that we have with ourselves and others. And then spending to soothe emotions is an energy drain. And then staying in dead-end patterns is an energy drain. So how do we know when we're in a dead-end pattern? Well, we can invoke that every morning when we get up, we do our sacred intentions and we ask for help. And we can say, I want to become aware of dead-end patterns that are just energy drains, and that I take the courage to dismantle them. So those are the things that are really important for us to identify energy leaks and do something about them, because they do affect our prosperity. Then the next thing that I want to talk about is building a prosperity aura. And we can look at this as a wonderful short ceremony that we can do. But words have power. And I talk about that in my book, that words carry energy. They carry wonderful medicine for healing, or they carry medicine that is debilitating. So it's important for us to know that words have a lot of power. And hope you get my book. And if you purchase it from us, I sign it and I bless the book for you. So it's great for birthdays and gifts and things. It's really a blessing. So here's a 5-minute morning ritual that I really encourage for you. So you want to stand tall with your shoulders back and down. So you're focusing on the column of light along the spine. And then you're going to close your eyes and you're going to say, I am open to ethical prosperity. I create value. I receive support. I act with courage. I'm a steward of money wisely. I welcome new income channels. And then imagine golden light around your body and repeat those words 3 times. And that's your morning practice. And then we're going to talk about practical wealth creation, which is important. And prosperity usually grows from solving problems, serving people wisely, reliability. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. Skill mastery. Practice is the mother of all skills. So it's very important to practice. Trustworthiness, visibility, communication that is clear and positive and realistic, follow through, very important, and repetition, consistency. There's a formula in the universe that, duration times, which is consistency, and intensity equals manifestation, which is true. So money often follows usefulness, which is so true. And I want to talk about homework for you. So sorry if I'm checking my notes, but I want to cover everything for you because I have it in my head, but writing it down is so very important so I don't forget. So day 1, here's your 7-day prosperity reset. So day 1 is to clean your wallet and organize your finances. So that means take your wallet out, clean it out, and bless it with a lot of wonderful golden energy and organize your finances. In other words, kind of think about, how you would like to map out energetically in your head where your finances are going to move, as far as your visualization is concerned. Day 2 is write new money beliefs. So I gave you a lot of them in this lecture. And then day 3, apply 3 opportunities. So think about opportunities as doors opening for partnerships or or creation of things that you want to offer. Day 4 is raise your standards and your boundaries in a wise way. And I want you to know that you can just put your hands in namaste and say, I invoke to raise my standards and also wisely set my boundaries. And day 5, learn a money skill. In other words, how to save more money, how to make money with your money. Never jump from the first floor to the 10th floor. Always jump from the first floor to the second floor to the third floor. But, don't try to invest in things that you don't really know very much about. Or ask, an expert, as to what you're going to be doing. Because it's important to learn a money skill, but not to implement something that is outlandish, that is way out there and you're not sure that something might happen to your money. So, and then day 6, offer your gift, your service somewhere. Day 7 is to celebrate your progress and to plan for the next month. And then in closing, I want to say that prosperity is not, struggle. It's permission to explore, experience, and to discover your skills. When worthiness rises, confusion clears. When action begins, doors open and doors respond. When discipline joins vision, abundance can stay. And it's important for us to work on invoking for more confidence, better decisions, less fear, opening, your bills, just knowing that you're going to move forward one step at a time, and new ideas, invoking for them to arrive every day, unexpected invitations that are good, invoking for them, increasing your motivation by invoking for that, and cleaning your environment, and more consistency with income opportunities, but just invoking for that. So I'd like you to know that you do all these things, or even just 1 or 2 of these things, you're going to see a very, very wonderful productivity that will occur. And as I said, I have a prosperity workbook I'm super excited about. It's $25. And, it's something that you can purchase from us, and you can contact us on our website, or you can reach out to our office, 847-866-0505, and that you can use on a daily basis to kind of dismantle old patterns and move into the new self, move into the new prosperity that you can have. And we have a couple of questions that people put on our Facebook page and our website about prosperity. This question comes from Susan in Illinois. Warm greetings, Billie and Monique. Is it possible and how to clear an inner voice that says you don't deserve prosperity, you shouldn't have, while others struggle? Even when I do manifest, I sabotage myself and end up at the original lower level. Love and blessings to you both. Well, this is a great question. So this is a pattern, okay? So obviously, when I tune into it, I see that someone taught this person when they were growing up this concept. So what you want to do is you want to invoke before you go to sleep. You want to, by the power of my good merits, I invoke for my helpers and my virtuous teachers to provide healing medicine to the inner voice that says I don't deserve prosperity while other people struggle, because good people with more money do more good things. And I am that. I am a good person and I deserve to have the prosperity. So I can share it with myself, my family, and the world. In full faith, so be it now. Thank you very, very much for that question. And then I have another question from Ian from Colorado. I've been doing a lot of inner work and trying to shift my mindset around money, but I still feel like something blocks my prosperity from fully flowing in. How can I move past these unseen barriers and truly align myself with abundance? Good question. Well, number one, there from this particular these statements, clairvoyantly, I tune in that there's some aspect of a family imprint here. It's not so much an individual imprint. Sometimes people call them curses and things like that. But what I would suggest you do is do the karma invocation in the book. It really is very, very wonderful. There is a chapter in the book, the Spirit Guide Invocation book, that talks about family imprints and also ancestral imprints. And they are very real. And you can use those invocations. And, sometimes when we get home, we're kind of tired. We don't want to read an invocation. So record it on your phone. Listen to it before you go to bed and list out that whatever family imprints and ancestral imprints as they relate to struggle or financial prosperity, and also financial self-worth, anything that blocks those things, you invoke for them to be provided healing medicine, instantly transformed into prosperity for you, so that you can share your wonderful prosperity with yourself, with your family, and with the world. In full faith, so be it now. So thank you very much. Thank you, Ian from Colorado. Question number 3. Let's see. I think that, yeah. Question number 3 is Jennifer from Lake Como, Italy. I live a beautiful life and I'm grateful for so much. Yet I still feel a quiet fear when it comes to long-term financial security. How can I deepen my trust in prosperity so it feels steady and supported rather than something that comes and goes? Well, that's a really good question. Jennifer, I love Italy. I think it's beautiful, just like all the countries are wonderful. And so there is this long-term financial security issue that fluctuates. And when I tune into this as a clairvoyant, I do also see that there are some family traits here, that when it comes to complex things about finances, that there's this sense of there's no light at the end of the tunnel. So again, I would refer to the invocation in the book that has to do with ancestral imprints, because it appears to be an ancestral imprint, and also the family patterns also. Both of those things, and as I said before, if you get tired of reading a invocation, you can record it on your phone and then listen to it before you go to sleep, because sleep time is specifically for resolution. And so we resolve things in our sleep time. And if you think about it, Einstein did not come up with the answer to the speed of light until he went to sleep. And when he went to sleep, he went to that place in his wonderful consciousness that gave him the answer. And you, as all of us, have that in our consciousness as well. And the Creator gave us sleep time, not just for maintenance and repair for our physical body, but also to repair our karmas, resolve things. It's from the point of inception, which is maybe 3 or 4 lifetimes before this lifetime. So we can go in our sleep time to those past lives and get them resolved with our wonderful helpers. So, and I explain that in the book as well. So, and I want to thank all of you for being with me. It's a pleasure and an honor. I'm super excited about everything that you're going to be doing with respect to the path of prosperity. And again, I encourage you to purchase the prosperity workbook for $25. And if you haven't gotten my book, please get the book because there's so much in here. And if you order it from us, I will sign it and bless it for you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you. We have a class coming up on our website about the sacred sanctuary within to awaken that wonderful ancient wisdom in us. Please join me for that class. It's an online class only. And if you can't join us online, you can register for the class and get the recording and listen to it at your leisure when you download it. So have a beautiful and wonderful evening and day. And thank you so very much for being with me. It's a pleasure and an honor. And I look forward to seeing you at our upcoming classes. Take care, many blessings, and bye. Thank you.